What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. This STEVEE, the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you another Eagles review. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen, your Philadelphia Eagles are officially in the NFL playoffs. You know, it's not very often that I'm proven wrong, especially when it comes to the football and these Philadelphia Eagles. But for once in my life, the Eagles have shut me up. They have proven me wrong. They have shown me the error of my ways. And they said, all you got to do is believe. Because I didn't think this team was going anywhere. I didn't think they were. They were 2-5. Because I remember the day they lost to the Las Vegas Raiders. It was so troubling, so disheartening that I left the house, went to the store, and then came back home. That's how much I had to get some stuff, but that's how much they angered me that day that I couldn't even stand to watch them anymore. And then from that point forward, the Eagles went on a 7-2 run, currently are 9-7, the 7th seed, and have locked in their position in the playoffs. So, congratulations. You turned the season around. You were running the ball. Jalen Hurts looks to be getting better each and every week. Did you see that throw on third down to Greg Ward? An amazing throw. Did you see that other throw to Dallas Goedert? An amazing throw. The dude is coming along. He's coming along. And yet, while there is much to praise, while there is much to be joyous about, there is still some concern. Because let's talk about that defense for a second. Because you thought it was concerning against Daniel Jones. You thought it was concerning when it was the Jets. But oh my goodness. You thought it was a little bit concerning when they faced Washington the first time and the dude was having his first start. I can't remember the guy's name who Washington football team played the first time. But this defense, man, is so inconsistent, so bad, so horrible that it blows my mind, man. And listen, I told Addy that beating Washington for the second time in 3 weeks wasn't going to be easy. I would have loved for us to go out there and put the nail in their coffin, and that's essentially what we did. But the fact of the struggle, like, why we had to struggle doing it, huh? Why couldn't we just make it simpler? Why things always gotta be so complicated, you know? Why? So, Taylor Heineke is having a half of his life. I think he ended the first half like 14-16, a touchdown. No. He didn't have a touchdown. But he was 14 for 16. 160-something yards. Washington was up on a 16-7. And I'm sitting here and I'm just thinking, why? Why is this happening right now? What is going on? Why, for like the 4th week in a row, we've come out and we've just tried to throw the ball? Why? When we know what our strength is, it's running the football. And yet they refuse to do that in the first half. They do it in the second half, but they don't do it in the first half. They don't do it nearly enough. You know what that tells me? That tells me that despite what they've seen with their eyes, this team still wants to be a running football team. I mean, a throwing football team. They want to throw the football. They still have that mentality of throw to run when it should be the other way around, run to throw, right? I don't get it. You know the whole expression, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If the run game is working and it's gotten us to this point, I don't understand why we have to keep going through this every week. Addy seems to think that maybe it's because we've played 3 divisional games in such a close time span, and maybe that's a part of it, but these slow starts are concerning, right? And my dad the other day, was talking about how, who's also an Eagles fan, he part of the reason why I became an Eagles fan, he was like, what's the point of making the playoffs if we're not going to win the Super Bowl? And I essentially had that same thought at first. I'm like, if we're just going to get bounced, what's the point, right? But then I thought about it and I said, you know what? Eventually, we're going to try and make another run at this and try and win another Super Bowl, right? And I would rather our team, have some type of playoff experience, right? Now, when we won the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, the team was mostly veterans. Piece here, a piece there. So they were playoff. What's the word? They already knew what it took to win to play in playoff games. Especially Chris Long and LeGarrette Blount, who came from the Patriots, right? Nick Foles, who played in a playoff game against Drew Brees. Sorry. So we sure, maybe not to the level of, again, like Chris Long and LeGarrette Blount, but for the most part, everyone, Kelsey, Lane, Ertz, like these guys, they've played in playoff game. It was years ago, back in 2013 with Foles, but they know. They know the atmosphere. They know the feeling of being in the playoffs, right? And while I don't want to go one and done, I still want them to get experience, get a feel for it. So now that they know this is what this feels like, okay, now I know we got to do what we need to do. So not only do we get back there, but we have a chance to win this thing, But like I said, man, got to give Nick Sirianni credit. Man, ever since that flower analogy, man, turned this season around. And it's all because of the running game. He realized, hey, this is what works. This is what we're going to keep doing, And if only Doug had learned that lesson, I don't know, maybe winning the Super Bowl kind of like, or maybe it was Jeffrey Lurie and all of them. I don't know. But for whatever, he just never ran the ball. Whereas we literally bullied the Eagles and Nick Sirianni into running the ball. So I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, we're in the playoffs. It feels good. A lot of people thought that the Eagles were only going to win 4 games. Thought they were going to be trash. But here we are, sitting at 9-7. 9-7 never looked so good. Those last couple years with Doug, we were 9-7 back-to-back years. And we're just like, man, could we get some double-digit wins? And now 9-7 looks like the most beautiful record in the world, right? Although, I can't say that I'm shocked about this because the Eagles have done this before. Not from 2-5, but they did it when they were 3-5. Chip Kelly's first year, remember? They were 3-5. Things weren't looking too hot in the Chip Kelly era. And then Nick Foles came on the scene. They went on a 7-1 run, won the division, and got in the playoffs, So, it's not like we haven't done this before. We've seen this before, But I just hope that we can build off of this, and really make a statement, I'm going to get into this whole, because of where we are right now, does this mean Jalen Hurts is the future? I'm going to get into that. Not right now, but probably after wherever we finish in the playoffs. So whether we're one and done or whether we win a playoff game or what, we're going to see, right? But unfortunately, I'll get into that topic of is he the future. I'll get into that because I do have my thoughts on that. So, been saving it up to this point. But I will say I am disappointed in the Dallas Cowboys though. Yeah, it was good to see them lose last night, but honestly, I was kind of hoping they would pull out the win because I wanted to face them in the playoffs, man. I wanted us to be the team to knock them off, or at least even if they did beat us, I wanted us to take a piece of them so they don't go into that next game thinking, "Whew, man, that was a breeze, bro. We might as well have been on the bye week." Nah, I wanted them to think, "Man, that Eagles team." Like that meme where Vegeta's always holding his arm like this, like this. He's like, "Man, that Eagles team, bro. We may have won, but they took us to a war." Like that's kind of what I want. Now we have a chance to either face the Rams or the Cardinals or the Bucks, and I have to say I'm not too confident. Maybe the most easiest out of that would be the Bucks because, will be the Bucks because they're injured right now and not completely healthy, so we have a chance to knock them off. But I mean, I don't think the Rams are a good matchup, and I darn sure don't think Cardinals are a good matchup because that's our defense going up against another version of Jalen Hurts. Maybe slightly better, depending on how you think. You guys think Kyler Murray better than Jalen Hurts? Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, man, besides that, we'd have to face Zach Ertz in the playoffs, man, and that would suck if we had to eliminate him, bro. I would be like, oh, man, we had to eliminate Zach Ertz. The brother tried to win another Super Bowl. Oh, man. But before I go, it came out just a little over a couple hours ago, or maybe an hour ago, I don't know, that about half the roster, 12 people, is on the Philadelphia Eagles have COVID. I believe people like Avonte Maddox, Dallas Goedert, Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelsey, and a bunch of other people I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But I'm just like, yo, man. I mean, it's possible. I'm just glad. I was like, I'm kind of glad that this game against Dallas doesn't mean anything. But Addy was like, no, we could go into the 6th seed, and yeah, that'd be nice to go up to 16. And yeah, it would be nice to be 10-7. That would be nice. Get double-digit wins, that'd be nice. That would really show people, because we're not fighting for anything. And what's Dallas fighting for? Just a higher seed. You're not getting the number 1 seed, so what's the point? Unless you think another team's a better matchup for you. But, I mean, I just hope those guys feel better. I mean, because the quarantine time is lower, they all would have a chance to play. But honestly, I wouldn't take the chance because from what I heard, Carson Wentz didn't look too good, although he didn't think it was related to COVID. But, I don't want to take the chance. I'd rather just rest everybody, get their minds right for the playoffs, and just, go from there. But yeah, I just hope everyone is okay, that they'll be okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's my thoughts on the game. Again, the Eagles proved me wrong. I didn't listen. My original prediction for the team was like, I said if things went extremely well, they'd be 11-6. If it went bad, they'd be 8-9. Well, it didn't go bad because they got 9 wins, and it didn't go as great as I thought because they didn't win 11. But still, to come back from where they were at 2-5, making me storm out the house and leave to go to the store, feeling embarrassed at that point, like, oh, it's going to be a long season. But coming back from that point to this point, almost 2 months, 3 months later, to be in the position that we're in, it does feel good. And it does give you confidence that this team is on the verge of bigger and better things, especially in the future. As Addy pointed out to me yesterday, man, the Philadelphia Eagles know how to pick a head coach. And yes, they do. And I know what you're thinking, like from Andy to Doug to Nick Sirianni, heck, even Chip Kelly, because I'll say this, because Addy reminded me of this too. He said Chip Kelly, the coach, was pretty good. It was Chip Kelly, the GM, that was stupid. But even then, like, he just became so unbearable, and he kind of got figured out by that third year. So, I mean, he's still at the bottom of the barrel. But, I mean, I'll say this. Because Doug won the Super Bowl, but Andy didn't, but we had more years of success with Andy, and he was here longer. Do you rank Andy above Doug? Like, do you say, oh, we never had Andy? If there was no Andy, there'd be no Doug, right? But Andy never got it done, but Doug did. So, you know, where would you rank that? Just out of curiosity, you know. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So, congrats to the Birds. We're in the playoffs, and I don't know if I'm gonna make a prediction video because, like I said, there's no reason to make, because this game doesn't really mean anything. But I think I will have another video planned for this week. It'll be something special, something I haven't done in a while, and I'm looking forward to it. And hopefully you will as well. So that's pretty much it. If you're not down with that, I've just got 3 words for you. Fly, Eagles, fly. Please remember to like this video, share, hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. And I'll catch you guys next time later this week. Peace out, y'all.